Young ladies, let me be your older sister for a second. If you don't need an older sister right now, you can scroll. Stop having broke men's babies. Please, for the love of God.
Stop putting y'all legs to the moon for these men. These men fucking hate y'all. They can't stand to be in your presence for more than 5 seconds. You told him you was pregnant. He gonna ask you, so what you about to do? But when he's on the game with them homeboys, he's smiling from ear to ear. Now, isn't that something?
I saw a post on Twitter that says y'all be an abortionable amount of weeks pregnant, arguing with the baby daddy, and y'all still keep it. I don't get it. I don't get it. And y'all can be like, bro, you're religious. I don't give a fuck. You can die from pregnancy. You can die from giving birth. Your body can never be the fucking same again. And then you have to deal with that person for the rest of y'all's lives. And if that man is making your life hell in the first couple of weeks pregnant, if you tell him you're pregnant and he don't see enthused, not only are you potentially giving that child a father who's not going to give a fuck about them and that's selfish as hell, you are also sentencing yourself to fucking a life of horror.
So this is yet another low IQ conversation.
Yep.
That these pro-black women love to have with each other.
Yep.
And in today's video, we're going to discover why this is impossible and why not giving black fathers children is low IQ. But before we get into it, you know the deal. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, because it helps the algorithm and it helps the channel grow.
Hit it, hit it, hit it, hit it, get it, get it, get it, get it, ow, ow.
Now, if you've been on social media for any amount of time, you've already been aware that there is an alt-right, pro-black woman only group that hates black men.
Yep.
They typically hate black men, generalize black men, and they always talk about how terrible black men are, and they generalize all black men in the same boat. Another topic that they always like to use is not having black babies. Now, we're going to dissect what they love to say. So there was a low IQ post by the wonderful mitochondrial DNA, and he or she says, black women, please stop giving your children black fathers. You increase their ugliness and brokenness. We've already talked about how black women make less money than black men, so you're not going to increase their brokenness. However, single motherhood increases brokenness.
Exactly.
So I responded to this post, and we're going to go through all 5 points. We're going to go through all the points one by one that I gave in response to this post. Number 1, I said black women will always date and marry black men. Black women are more likely to marry black men than black men are to marry black women. While a significant portion of both black men and women marry within their race, data indicates that black women tend to have a higher rate of marrying black partners. One study found that 87% of married black women have a black spouse compared to 79% of black men. And then here we have again in 2021, married black men, 85% have a black wife. Married black women, 93% have a black husband. So this is one of the biggest reasons why this low IQ conversation will never happen. Because black women and men primarily marry each other at a high enough rate that this can't happen. Number 2, black women cannot and don't date out as much because other races of men typically stay within their own races. There's a book called The Dating Divide, and it goes into interracial relationships, how other groups of men view women. And in that book, they bring up white men dating black women. This is an excerpt from the book. Deborah felt less like a woman than a black woman, something different or alien to these men. She's referring to white men. Given that black women get very little interest from white men, experiences like Deborah's suggest that even the policy interest may be driven by purient interest. White men we interviewed confirmed the notion that black women were both highly sexual and unsuitable for lasting relationships. One said he had certainly heard the stereotype that black women are really promiscuous and they want a lot of sex. This goes into what I've always said to black women about your ethnic image. The reason why you're not getting interracial relationships is because this is how other races of men view black women. They view you as hypersexual and all you're good for is sex. So if white men view you like that, imagine what other men view you the same way. And when we talk about interracial dating, we have to understand that other groups of men have their own opinions about black women because of the image that black women have. If you clean up your ethnic image, you will get more interracial dating. But you don't want to do that. You would rather be hypersexual, be loud, be obnoxious, and then wonder why other races of men don't look your way. Number 3, instead of trying to get black women to stop giving children black fathers, why not educate them on taking accountability for the people they create a life with? Teach them to stop sleeping with Pookie. That's what I'm talking about! This is all you need to do. Instead of saying stop having black babies, why not teach women? You might not want to procreate with Pookie or Ray Ray or a loser, but instead of doing that, you say stop having children. Because this is never going to happen. People are still going to have children. They're still going to do whatever they want to do. And you're wasting your time trying to convince grown adults to do what you want them to do. Instead of telling them to do something that they're not going to do, if enough women teach other women to reverse the cycle, that's going to make everything better. Stats show that children that grow up without a father fare 100% worse than children that grow up with fathers. Here's the more detailed look. See, growing up without a father can significantly impact a child's life, with statistics showing higher rates of poverty, school dropout, and involvement in risky behaviors. For example, children in father-absent homes are 5 times more likely to live in poverty and 9 times more likely to drop out of school. Here's a more detailed look at the statistics. Poverty. Children in single-father households are significantly more likely to live in poverty compared to those in two-parent households. Fatherless children are more likely to drop out of high school, face challenges in college, and have lower educational attainment overall. Fatherless children are more prone to behavioral issues, including aggression, substance abuse, and involvement in crime. Father absence can negatively affect a child's mental health, potentially leading to depression, low self-esteem, and difficulties forming healthy relationships. Specific statistics: poverty, 5 times more likely to live in poverty; school dropout, 9 times more likely to drop out of high school; teen pregnancy. Girls in father-absent homes are significantly more likely to become pregnant as teenagers. Incarceration: boys in father-absent homes are more likely to be incarcerated later in life. So basically, you're creating more issues by saying don't have black children. Because if you don't have black children, eventually black women are going to cease to exist as well. Last but not least, let's look at the 5th and final point in this low IQ conversation. Single mothers are broke, with the average income ranging between 30 to 40K a year, whereas married women have more stability and a higher income threshold. We've already dealt with the stats around marriage versus unmarried. The link is going to be in the description. But I want the pro-black women to understand one thing. You will never get rid of black men. We are here to stay, and we're always going to be here. So either you can get on our program and stop dating pookies, or you're just going to be left in the dust. Anyway, that's it for today's video. Like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.